Hello people. So this is technically not a kit bash video, but I wanted you to show an easy way to make a bit more out of the Warhammer 40k Conquest easy to build kits, or the easy to build kits from Games Workshop in general, on showing you how I did a shoulder pad swap on these aggressors for my small Imperial Fist army. At first this doesn't sound very interesting, but I have a little bit of salt for you, showing you how I do this and how I use my preferred X-Acto blade, which is a size 12. What we want to get in the end is a good fitting shoulder pad with a chapter iconography on the original easy to build arm, and for that we have to cut away the original shoulder. The size 12 or Mark 12, or however you want to call it, blade is my favorite because it's quite tough. The blade itself, the edge itself, is quite narrow, so the possibility of cutting yourself is much reduced compared to the regular knife blades that are much longer. And you also have this recess here, so that you can be very close to the blade with your thumb and without cutting yourself. I also have a size 69. Here there's various sizes of blades, and it's almost the same as the size 12, but you see it's a bit longer, and the cutouts are a bit longer, and the blade is even a bit narrower. I have yet to look at these, if they are better or as efficient as the size 12. I also constantly use a strip of leather on my cutting mat, or without a cutting mat, as you prefer. The cutting mat is mostly so you don't cut into your desk. I don't prefer it because usually, especially small parts, go slipping away. The leather is a bit soft, so if you push the part down, it doesn't skip around as much as it would on your regular cutting mat. So, another tool I constantly use is this cube with attached leather, so when it comes to parts that have fiddly attachments that I don't want to break if I push down on them, I use this one so that I can hold the part over here, so the pressure goes on the main part and not on the cables over here. I think that makes sense. I usually don't use that wooden block below my leather, but I have to use it while making videos, so that the focus of the tablet I use for recording is on spot. So I hope you can see everything. Let's get started. So what we want to achieve is we want to cut away the cast shoulder pad so that we can easily attach the shoulder pad from the accessoire sprue For that, we simply cut along the rim over here. We can or could probably use the razor saw for that, but I want to show you how sturdy the size 12 blade is. I fear that I will damage my plinth doing that, so I try to be a bit more careful. There are of course other ways to change the shoulder pads or to pimp those models. For example, you could use Instamold, something like that, to copy the icon from the detailed shoulder pad and then make a green stuff copy of it, attaching it to this one. Or you could use transfers, but I don't like adding transfers to models. So now we have cut free the rough trim and can look. What we need is that it goes inside here. Now we have to simply cut away all the other plastic so that we have basically enough room for the new shoulder pad. What we have to take care of is this little bit here. We have to cut away it, but we want to keep this part here because the shoulder pads from the accessory sprue are a little bit smaller than the pads on those easy to build kits. Not good. So again, I simply cut with the knife. Going around in small steps. You can shave it away if you're new to using that blade. Goes pretty effortless. Or you can apply a little bit of pressure and then push it forwards. Like push it forwards. Again, I would probably be faster if I would do this off camera. And I hope you can see what I do, that I'm not in the way of the camera with my fingers. So that's basically the first two sides we've cut away. We have the radius over here, and we have it down here. So what is left is to take away that part and to take away this over here without losing that piece, that round piece on the elbow. Another cool thing about the size 12 is that it's quite sturdy and you can easily scrape with the tip of it without having to fear that it will break. I probably wouldn't do that with a regular blade. It doesn't matter if we take off too much in this step now, as long as we take away enough so that the shoulder pad would fit properly. When we've done the main cutting, I'll use a hobby file for wood because it's a bit rougher than those for metal or for plastic, and I get more material away with that, so I'm a little bit faster. So I think this will pretty much suffice, and I just want to clean up underneath so we have that extra layer of the shoulder pad nicely cleaned. Of course we will see that in the end, and just to get it a little bit more down, take away from the top, have it a bit more round, and the rest will be dealt with the plastic glue, so we can push it together a bit more to get it properly together. So I hope this little video has helped you to see how I put the Imperial Fist shoulder pad onto my aggressors, and has shown you at least part of what you can do with a size 12 X-Acto blade. So stay tuned, be excellent to each other, and thank you for watching.